Hello there, my name's Tim Novak. I'm an executive program leader on the Maxwell leadership team, and I just want to take a couple of minutes to introduce you to my good friend, Dr. Foz. I've known Dr. Foz for several years now, and when I think about leadership, Dr. Foz is not only experienced in leadership, he has sales background, he has coaching background, he has a speaking background, and human behavior background. So if you're looking for anyone to work with you, your team, or your organization, Dr. Foz is one of the Maxwell leadership experts that will help you close the gap from where you are to where you want to be, regardless of whether that's self-leadership, team leadership, or organizational leadership. So I am so proud to share with you my good friend, Dr. Foz.
Hi, my name is John Alston. I am a John Maxwell Executive Director, along with my dear friend, Dr. Foz. I've been in Maxwell for about 6 years. I am a full-time public safety professional. I've been in the fire service and emergency response arena for more than 39 years. I still work as a full-time fire chief. The Maxwell leadership principles and resources draw people like myself and Dr. Foz together into a community of serving other folks. I've known Dr. Foz for a little bit of time now. He is an amazing leader, presenter, and executive coach. Every week we meet and we share ideas and we help each other move to the next level. I want you to know my friend, and I want you to know me, because Dr. Foz is one of the best professionals I've worked with in the area of leadership development and transformation.
Hello, friends. Just want to recommend Dr. Foz. He's been a consistent, value-giving member of our Maxwell community. It's been a joy to get to know him through our conferences and our calls. I know he's been great at really giving value with masterminds and being able to bring other people on board. So I definitely recommend him, and I appreciate y'all.
Hi, my name's Gary White. I'm an executive director with Maxwell Leadership, and I'm part of the faculty in the executive programs. I have the great opportunity to chair the content committee, where we literally create content that corporate offices and corporate owners get to use within their business to help grow their business. I've personally been extremely impressed with Dr. Foz. He is always engaged, and he is a shaker and a mover. Whenever I come to Maxwell Leadership, I like to get around people who are getting things done. Dr. Foz is someone who can absolutely get things done for you and your organization. I highly recommend it.
Hi, I'm Terry Mann, and I want you to know that I know Dr. Foz. Dr. Foz is a wonderful speaker, trainer, coach, and facilitator, because we are on the same team, and we have helped each other in progressing to make you the best that you can be. Thank you so much. If you want more, call Dr. Foz.
Hello there, my name's Tim Novak. I'm an executive program leader.
Hey, hello, my name is Chris Robinson, and I'm the Executive Vice President of the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team. And I have the privilege of leading over 54,000 coaches around the world that have been certified through our process with John Maxwell. One of those incredible coaches that have been with us for a very long time is Dr. Foz. And I want to tell you, if you're trying to take your group or your organization to the next level, he has the tools, the resources that you need in order to raise your team's level of production, productivity, and results. And so I encourage you highly today, reach out to Dr. Foz so he can help you out with your leadership development. Hey, hello.
My name is Dr. Foz, F-A-Z. I want to assist you to be famous and to be accomplished by zeroing in on achieving your goals. My diverse experience from 20 years of sales and business here in the United States, combined with my past 20 years passion for helping and adding relief and pain in people as a medical doctor, helps me to understand the direct challenges and opportunities that exists for business owners, executives, and leaders in both their personal and professional lives. I examine thoroughly, diagnose carefully personal and corporate problems, and prescribe suitable solutions. As a John Maxwell certified coach, trainer, and international inspirational speaker, I can offer you workshops, seminars, keynote speaking, and coaching, adding your personal and professional growth through the study and practical application of proven leadership methods. Working together, I'll move you and your team or organization in the desired direction to reach your goals. I'm a facilitator of mastermind studies and roundtable events. Call or email me if you would like to know more about my services or a free consultation.
Being a certified speaker, coach, and trainer for the John Maxwell team means that he is part of a team of elite coaches, teachers, speakers, and professionals taking leadership training, talents, skills, and adding value to people all over the world. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
My name is Dr. Faz, F-A-Z. Good morning, assalamu alaikum, namaskar, wherever you are. This is your friend, Dr. Faz, after a very long time with a phenomenal guest and some great talks. Hope you all are doing well. Summer is almost over and we are entering in the last third part of this year. However, we did in the first two parts in last 8 months, let's see how we are getting towards the end of the year. Did we accomplish all the goals which we set up at the end of the last year? Did we fulfill all our New Year resolution which we made on the January 1st of this 2024? And if not, it's okay. Still we have 120 days and still we can fulfill our dreams. We can accomplish your goals. So we are starting again every week this program, which we used to do years ago. And now I'm going to bring all the success gurus and leaders and hard hitters who are already accomplished and who have already a success record, so we can talk about success and we can ask about success to them, how their journey was. Today, my guest is a very young, energetic leader. He's a dynamic and aspiring real estate investor and entrepreneur. Salman's journey is a true testament for the perseverance of and vision, and he immigrated from another country. At the age of only 21 years old, he was very young. And he started his whole journey from in a new country with a new environment, with a new culture. He finished his degree from a very renowned University of Canada, and then he started his career in real estate and property management. Along with that, he's a leader. He's a true leader again. So he wanted to fulfill that dream which he had when he came to this country. So he joined the world's largest group, John Maxwell. And since last 4 years, he's a certified speaker, coach, and trainer. And he have been through all these transformation trips along with Dr. John C. Maxwell. So today we invited him and we are going to ask some hard questions about his success journey so we can learn from him. And also feel free, if you have any questions, put in the chat box so we can, I will, on behalf of you, I will ask him how he made this journey successful and how he fulfilled his dreams and his accomplishments. And we are going to ask all other things about. So let me first welcome my dear friend, Salmanul Farisi. Please help me welcome Mr. Salmanul Farisi. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Fazal. It's so great to be here, my friend.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for joining us. People want to know, actually, because I know you are a very successful youngster, and I always watch you, all your accomplishments and fulfillments which you did. So let's start from here. Salman, tell me a little bit about your personal life story.
where you from and how you started, where you got education. So people should know a lot more than whatever they know yet. And some people they all already know you, but let's see, a lot of people if they don't.
First of all, I'm super excited to be here. I know Faz for many years. He's kind of mentor to me. He's kind of father to me. I listen to him. I learn from him. And I want to thank you, first of all, for this opportunity and talking to your audience. And somehow, if I can add value to your people, because I learn adding value from Faz. He's a huge, when it comes to adding value to people, especially his people. So that's something I admire from Faz. I just want to shout it out in the first moment. Well, coming to my life, well, as Faz, given the introduction, I'm originally from India. I moved from India as an immigrant from a very middle class family, and I moved from India when I was 22 years old. With like everybody with the American Canadian dream, I moved here just myself for my higher education purpose, right? So I finished my university in Toronto, then I moved a place called Vancouver. Vancouver 5 years ago. Um, as I Faz mentioned, I always passionate about the business. I'm a business guy. My background is business. My parents are business. Um, so I was all into real estate. I started as a property management company in the initial stage, right? The struggling stage. There's so many, we'll get into that. So my journey, I did my degree in business. Then I always want to be my own, right? Um, I started my journey in property management company in the first thing. Then I moved into real estate, right? So now, God's sake, I'm running a real estate investment company where people can invest in real estate. We mostly invest in multifamily, 8+ unit and 4+ unit. And also we invest in development lands as well. So we have around $14.5 million asset under management, and we're expanding to US and some other places in the coming future as well. I'm super excited journey, and also I'm very passionate about adding value to people. It's all about the people. So that's something I learned from Faz. I watching him, and it's my pleasure to connect you with you today.
Thank you, Salman, and that's a very interesting journey. But tell me a little bit about why did you join the real estate or property management? Is there any specific reason of it?
Very good question. Well, um, even when I was a student, Faz, we talk about the purpose, right? When I was in the student as well, I didn't have much support from my family, so I have to work hard and pay the fee myself. So that's when I initially started, taking the property myself and dividing it, giving the room. I sleep in the hall and giving the room divide. See, that's giving the kickstart in real estate. Taking the
Mhm,
property and dividing and subleasing. When I was student, when I was new to this country,
mhm.
I take the apartment, I take the big houses, and I partition it. I sleep in the hall, I give the room, I do the furnishing. So that's how I saved my little bit money, and also I start scaling that when I was in 23 years old. I paid my, I didn't have any expense because it's cover my rent and everything, and I started making money from that. So that's what gave me the kickstart in the real estate. And then I moved into property management. Then I'm moving to the real estate investment portfolio, asset management company.
So, how much did you use your educational background into this business? Was it helpful?
Uh, that's a great question. Well, the fundamentals are always necessary, but
Hmm.
I don't say it is necessary.
Hmm.
The reason why I took the university because I just want to come here, this country.
Hmm.
So s- getting admission university is just a way for that, right? But I'm a big believer of learning from great people, successful people like you, and like our John C. Maxwell. Our Especially in business, I have lots of gurus. I People wouldn't believe that fast. I spend more money to learn from our mentors than any college or university. So my answer, education, universities are okay, but I would rather pay money for, learn from the people who are already successful, who, and the people who, who you admire, and they show the way, hey, there I want to be.
Good, good. So, tell me a little bit about your journey with John Maxwell Group. You joined like 4 years ago, like I remember, because I've been with them for a while. So I saw you. So tell me, why did you join them?
John Maxwell, just as I mentioned, I want to learn from the best in the world. That's for me. Even leadership is always with me, because I started leading my family when I was 21, 22 years old. I was just, I had all the responsibilities when I was 20 years old. So I started leading for my family at such a young age. So I knew that leadership is my line. I knew that I want to be excellent in leadership. I want to lead people. I want to lead organization, which I knew. Then I Googled it, who is the number one leadership guru? I want to learn from the number one. So I found our friend, our mentor, John C. Maxwell. And, I reached out to the administration people, and they said, it's around 5,000, too much money at that point of time. I was student. So I somehow, using my friend credit card, I paid the initial payment. It was 5,000 euros. It was too much money at that time. So somehow I paid from my, my credit limit was even $1,000. Couldn't afford that. So I used my friend credit card to pay the John Maxwell payment. Somehow I had the intuition. I want to learn from Maxwell. He's the best one when it comes to leadership. And the biggest thing, Faz, I'm a person of faith. I follow my faith. I'm a Muslim. So my value aligned with John C. Maxwell. My value pretty much aligned with John C. Maxwell. So he's the one I found, I have alignment with my values. So I started learning from him. It's been 4 or 5 years. I've been with John C. Maxwell team, and, I had the pleasure to travel with him, a couple of transformation trip along with him as well.
Yeah, no, that's nice, and good to see you always there. So tell me a little about what is success?
Success is definitely a relative word. It depends on people, but in Maxwell family, we always talk about real success. There's 4 areas we define success, right? That is relationship, equipping, and our attitude and leadership. So these 4 areas we define how we can measure. It's a quantitative thing when it comes to measuring, right? So this gives a measurement of a person, how he or she's successful. So we can measure using that. But again, it's a relative thing. It depends on the people.
No, that's a very good answer. But let me ask you that: why relationship is important in success?
Well, if I dive into that fast, it's going to take days to cover the subject. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, so I was just asking for my viewers and listeners so they can learn a little quick.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? So John C. Maxwell, our mentor, he always say his definition of success is, his definition of success is people around me are the happiest. Then, people around me, the people who love the most are the happiest. Then we can say I'm successful. The people around me, my parents, my siblings, if they are not happy about my happiness, I cannot say I'm successful person. I cannot say I'm a successful person. That is simplify the word relationship. That's so powerful. And also when it comes to relationship, we always say that in our Maxwell family, it's all about the people. It's all about the people. People are the important thing. It's not the material thing. It's not the places. People are the most important thing in business world, wherever you are. People are the most important thing. Relationships are the most important thing. As a young leader, it took me some time to understand how important was, the relationship, the people. Because, once you get a little bit of success, you get that attitude, I can do that, I can do, but it's all about the people, it's all about the relationship.
Yeah. So it means you have to know others, correct? If I'm
Yeah.
right. Okay. So why? Now, question is, why do I have to know others to lead them or to be successful in my own life?
Absolutely. We simply say you have to go where the people are to lead
Okay.
them. You know, in Maxwell leadership, we always talk about leadership dance.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership dance means, if you're a leader, you're going, way ahead of the people. You're a hiker. You are not a leader. So we always say that. So you have to do the term we call is leadership dance. We have to go where the people are. Sometimes you have to jump behind the people. Sometimes you have to go ahead of the people. Sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
have to stay along the people. So that's how important is leading people along with them
Wow,
to
that's all.
successful in your organization or successful in wherever you are in your family itself.
Yeah. So my question is, what do I need to know about others? What do I need?
What do I need to know about to value
Others.
people? Or
Yeah, because of
um, so yeah, so it's a very good question. What do I need to know? To get this relationship in done. The mantra Faz I use as a as I said, I was not like this as a young
Mhm.
leader. I had lots of
Mhm.
arrogance. When I get a little bit of success,
Mhm.
I use a mantra, especially. This is something I learned from the Maxwell family as well.
Mhm.
This is a mantra. This is, write it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, okay, I'm back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, write it down. So this
Mhm.
is something we learned from our Maxwell family.
Mhm.
Our mentor John C. Maxwell taught us uh, the importance of valuing people. It comes to the relationship as well. So he
Mhm.
said three agenda, three words that's I always say myself every single day to reminds
Okay.
me that the importance of relationship. So write
Mhm.
it down, these 3 points. The first thing is value people, and value people, um, and believe in people, and unconditionally love people. So
Yeah.
these three words, these three statements, let me say that again: value people,
Mhm.
believe in people, and unconditionally love people. So these three thing I give it as an affirmation myself every single day
Mhm.
for us. It gives me the understanding importance of the believe in people. It gives me the understand of why we why I'm doing, because I believe in people, I unconditionally love people, and I value people. These
Mhm.
three things, every single day help me to keep the relationship in place, and help me to understand, it's always people are important, and it's put me in a very good place where I value people.
Awesome. Now, thank you, folks. You already heard me so many times whenever I was talking to you guys on a line, and I always used to say, we are person of value who value people and add value to the people. That's the same philosophy we all have because we all belong to the same tribe of John Maxwell Group, and because we are follower of him, and that's what we learn through our leadership journey. So Salman, what is the like we were talking about real? So you said relationships. The other was equip. So first, my question is, why do I need to equip others?
That's a very good question, Faz. That's a very good question, because as a young leader, it took me a while to understand why do the heck I need to equip people.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, let me tell you that in the initial stage, I thought, Faz, okay, success is something, I achieve. It is something when I have purpose. It is something when I reach something. But the real success, a real, there is three stage. I would say that there is a three stage of success. Okay, the
Mhm.
first success is when you know your why, when you know your purpose. That's a first success. The second success is when you when you developing that potential. Let's say once
Mhm.
you understand this is my purpose, this is my strength. When you develop it, that's the
Mhm.
second stage. And the
Mhm.
foremost stage of success is equipping others.
Yes.
Equipping others. Let me say that again. The first stage of success is when you understand your why, when you understand your purpose. And the second stage is when you develop that why into your full potential. When you
Mhm.
put when you're developing that full potential. And the third thing, when you equip, what you know to others, that's when the success circle completes,
Yeah.
right? For example, knowing, developing, and equipping. Knowing
That's awesome.
purpose, developing, and
Yeah,
equipping.
because according to the John Maxwell, he wrote so many times in different books, the one is too small a number to achieve greatness.
Yeah.
So obviously, you have to equip others because you cannot achieve a significance in your life by yourself. You need the people around you, behind you, in front of you, and like a 360 degrees, you need people to be successful. Success is all about others, like you said. So let me ask you another question then. Uh, whom should I equip?
Well, so that's what just we are talking about, right, Faz?
Mhm.
Every single person has their own industry, their own
Yeah.
expertised area.
Mhm.
For me, I mostly work with the business leaders, corporate leaders. I even the trip I'm going the trip to Panama. So
Mhm.
my audience is going to be corporate. So I'm training mostly in businesses, and I love to serve for the young students as well. Young college,
Mhm.
university graduates as well. So my line is going to be business because I'm an entrepreneur, and my potential is over there. As I said, my purpose is over there. My potential is over there, and the way the people I'm equipping in leadership and business world. These are the two lines. And some people are doctors, so they're equipping the fellow doctors, right?
Mhm.
Wherever your strengths are, so you equipping, uh, in that specific niche, right? Even a
Mhm.
construction worker, he's equipping his fellow construction workers.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
simple as, yeah.
So, what does potential look like? Like how to assess that this has a potential or not? So, what it
You
looks like?
you mean the strength of the people?
No, equipping someone, you have to see the potential first before you equip them. So, how do I see that this guy or this girl has a potential, so I can invest myself into?
See, seeing potential is there is two aspect to it. The
Mhm.
first thing, the mantra, and which I learned from Maxwell as well. Whenever you see any of your fellow,
Yeah.
so you have to believe in that 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Just imagine, Faz, if you, I'm your fellow, and you put your head, give me from 1 to 10 scale. You only see me 5, then your attitude is going to be 5 as well. If you say, hey, Salman is, excellent person, regardless, if you put me 10 on my head, you act like, you value me, and I give my full potential as well. That's a one aspect of it. We have to see every single person in its full potential, all right? And the second thing, and that depends on the corporation and association in the community. You
Mhm.
know your needs, what kind of potential people you want, and it's completely logical.
Mhm.
Completely how we do the interview and all that stuff. It
Mhm.
has to align with, the person potential has to align with your values of your organization and the skills you need, and what the corporation looking for. Two aspects to it. The first thing,
Mhm.
always see 10 out of 10 every single person, so you value the person. Second thing, look what the corporates need or the community needs.
So, what are the qualities to look for a leader? Are there any qualities to look for?
Well, if you asking me if as a very straightforward manner, forget about the corporate world, business world over there.
Yeah.
I would say,
Just for a leader.
yeah. So the leader, I would say, our our real, our real
Yeah.
relationship, its ability to keeping, and attitude. That's a very important factor, and it's leadership, right? I mean, so the most important thing is valuing people,
Mhm.
valuing
Yeah,
people.
yeah, like John said in so many different his writings, like you need to see a couple things in a leader. So to equip them, because we were talking about equipping them. So obviously, like a character is very important. Influence is very important. Positive attitudes, which we are going to talk in a moment, and again, evident gifts or proven track record or something like that, or self-discipline, confidence. All these are very important factors to look for a leader, so we can consider as a leader, and we can equip them with full of our potential. But so let's move to the third part, which is A stands for attitude. You say, correct?
That's right. Yes.
So let's talk about uh, what shapes a person's attitude.
Well, attitude is a huge subject, and my favorite subject as well. Your attitude can shape you or
Mm-hmm.
break you.
Break you, make or break.
Yeah, attitude is not everything, but that's a very important thing.
Important thing, yes.
Uh, you know, when it comes to attitude, Faz, I have to admit that I had to work a lot on myself.
Mm-hmm.
To get the attitude in place, right? Um, Attitude plays a huge role in everyone's life. If every opportunity, if you look into your past, or if you look into your what's happening right now, there will be a huge role of your attitude. The
Yeah.
outcome you achieve, there's a huge role of attitude, and that's the area I'm still working right now. That's such a huge important place we need to work on.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer. But so, uh, why should I grow as a leader? The another question is, why do I need to be a leader?
Well, why do I need to grow as a leader? Well, if you have a dreams and aspiration, there's a thing called leadership lead. You
Yep.
only grow up to up to where the lead is, where let's say your leadership skill is from 1 to 10 scale. Let's say your leadership lead is 5. Your dreams, your aspiration, your organization, your corporation, whatever you're leading, it
Mhm.
won't grow above the 5. That's called leadership lead. There's always a lead that blocks you from growing. So the solution is you have to increase your leadership skill. You
Mhm.
have to increase, just we discussed, you have to work on your relationship, your attitude, again, your leadership,
Mhm.
and your ability to equip others.
Mhm.
So that's a very important. If you are a dreamer, if you have a goals and aspiration, it is a very important to grow every single day as a leader.
So, what would you like to suggest this youngsters, especially because you represent youngsters? Obviously, you're a young man. So, what you would like to suggest to the youngsters, uh, fulfilling their dreams and accomplishing their goals, or be a successful person? What you would like to suggest them to do? First step, like initial steps, what they have to perform.
Faz, it's a very simple, even John teaches that every single day as well. We all my fellow young people, we need to be intentional about the growth. We have to be intentional. Intentionality is the most important thing. We You and I need to have the intention. I want to grow. I want to grow. We need to have the intention. Now the question, how I have the intention, Salman, how I can grow. You need to be in a growth journey. You need to have a growth plan. So Maxwell is helped me with that. When I was looking for, I know that I want to grow, I want to do this thing, but I didn't know how I can grow, where I can find the resource, how,
Mhm.
and the people like you, I don't know where should I start the thing. So we need to have a growth plan in place. Every young guys, the earlier is the better. Need to have a
Mhm.
growth plan. So that's what Faz Maxwell, John C. Maxwell team laid out for me. They have
Mhm.
a proven system in place that help us to grow. And you and I, the people, like, now you are taking the baton and teaching other people, so they can be mentored under you and learn from you and can be the same path. So instead of, some people cannot, learn from John Maxwell. We are fortunate enough to do that. So the people who cannot do that, who can, they can be mentored by you. They can learn from you. So at least they are in the growth journey. So in
Mhm.
that way, they can grow, and the more they grow, the
Mhm.
better the teachings they gets from. So the very important thing, the first thing, we have to be intentional about, I want to grow. The second thing, you need to have a growth plan. It's not something we start today and stop tomorrow. It has to be a plan.
Mhm. So let me ask you a very personal question. But again, we are on a public show, so everybody is going to know now your personal thing. But it's okay. That's why we are leaders. Tell me the very first book which triggered you, the first book which you read.
You mean the John books or any other books?
Anybody's, I mean, where you got triggered.
Okay. The first, I think I started from Napoleon Hill's books. The
Okay,
Success History, Success Mantra, and also the
Think and
um,
Grow Rich.
Think and Go Rich, and also I started with you know Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Yeah.
financial. I was a big financial freedom guy, so yeah, I think I started from the financial aspects, Rich and Poor Dad, and then the Napoleon Hill. Then I got into, but the reading always part of my life. You know, um, yeah, from my early 20s, I books are always my friend.
Mhm.
And once I got into John, the values and everything is aligned with us. So
Mhm.
then obsessed with John resources as well. So I start with the Rich and Poor Dad, the financial books, then Napoleon Hill, then John books, and it goes on.
Mhm. Mhm. So, uh, what are the first few books you can recommend to these youngsters or even anybody who wants to go on the success journey? Give few names so people should know what should they read.
Absolutely. First of all, as a businessman, what the thing I understand from my life, is one of the most important skill is always communication. First, communication.
Yep.
If we have the ability to communicate and pursue with people,
Mhm.
success is almost guaranteed. It's not, your success is almost guaranteed. So I would always encourage you to first, work on the communication. For that, start with the, everyone communicate few commits. That's
Yep.
a wonderful book to start in communication. So where you can work on your ability to communicate, your leadership as well, and valuing people, and so basically how you can be a good communicator. That will give you the kickstart.
Mhm.
Then, if you're a financial guy or if you want financial freedom, Think and Grow Rich is, it's a very good book, and Rich Dad Poor Dad is a very good book, and always embrace with the John's leadership principle as well. 50 invaluable laws of growth. It's a very foundation of leadership. So I will, start with everyone communicate, or 15 invaluable laws of growth, then, Napoleon Hill books and Richard Poor. So that complete the circle.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit, few good habits to develop to become a successful entrepreneur or successful businessman. What are the few good habits we have to develop in ourselves?
Very good question. See, Faz, if you take the entrepreneurs, every people has, different, it's very varied, but I'll tell you a few things that everyone has in common. The first and foremost thing, the ability to focus on one task. Now, this is in social media age, people don't have the attention span. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I don't know, Faz, we see a reel and we just scroll down. That's what the ability to focus on one task, I think it's the most important thing people can do to succeed in life. I would say that's the first and foremost thing. And second thing is, I would say, discipline. You need to be disciplined, especially if you have a goals and aspiration. You have to be disciplined. You have to say no to many things. You have to, especially if you are a young guy, you have to say no to many things that gives you instant gratification. For me, I always say, Faz, people ask me, why, Salman, you don't go for vacation? I would say, I rather enjoy equipping and traveling with John Transformation Trip. This is my vacation. I enjoy that. So you have to sacrifice lots of instant gratification for the greater gratification that's awaiting for you.
Yeah. So, what do you think for a new person who wants to be obviously everybody wants to be successful, but what is the most crucial moment to go through, or you have to pay the price? In other words, you have to pay the price to get the success. What is the best price somebody can pay for?
Very good question, Faz. The best thing somebody can do themselves, listen to me, folks. Okay, the best thing you can do to yourself, the best thing I can do to myself, is invest in myself. It's not investing in a business. It's not investing in real estate. It's investing in myself. I just told you, Faz, I didn't have any money to pay for the Maxwell. I really want to learn from this guy. I didn't have the money. So I used my friend credit card, because my credit card when I came as a student was $1,000. The Maxwell, you know how much is that cost. So I requested them to give me a payment plan and all that stuff, but still had to make initial. So I used my friend credit card to make the payment. So all that thing was investing on myself. Now I'm getting the payout fast. I'm getting the payout. People say you're in 20s and how you can do this, how you can do the business, because I invested in myself.
Yeah.
So that's the best advice. Not advice. I'm saying to myself still, invest in myself, and I'm very disciplined on that. Whatever the money I make, 2-3% of that goes to invest in myself.
Yeah. So how true this is, that Salman, that people can make money through this industry which we belong to, like teaching, coaching, training, coaching, and public speaking? Because a lot of time people think that there is no money there. They always complain about. What do you think? You are a young man. Don't worry about myself, because I'm definitely way older than you. But as a young man, what do you say? If you work right.
Yeah, see, so this is very, first of all, coaching, training, speaking is a very rewarding career. You'll be very fulfilled because you are changing people's life. You're changing people's life. So Faz, I only can speak from my life. Okay, I know there's so many people making money, and from regardless of the age, from adding value to people. But my thing is that it depends on the vision. My vision is I have my own purpose in real estate. I want to make innovative real estate that help to build the communities and districts. So that's where my vision goes. So for me, Faz, for me the time, as I'm learning right now from you and other fellow leaders, and my focus is completely on building my business right now, building my company into that level right now. the same time, I love teaching and coaching and speaking in companies, and what I'm trying to say, even though my business, my core thing, this gives me the speaking and coaching gives me lots of fulfillment rather than I'm doing my business and all this stuff, because I'm helping people to grow them, because I value people. I and condition love people. So the point I'm trying to make here, it's a very rewarding career, and if you can if you can do the right way and the right mentorship, it's a very good career and very challenging career to cater your people.
Yeah, let's take some comments right on the chat box. I see a lot of people joined us, and they're watching us, especially glad Mr. Rizwan Rashid. He is a very famous coach, trainer, and speaker from your country, Canada, but he's from Ontario, like in Montreal, Toronto side. He lives in London. Thank you, Rizwan, for joining us. And his question is from you, Salman. What happens during the struggle process, number one? And tell us about the impact of perspective, plan, persistence, and personal stance and pivot during the process.
Good. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm just trying to open the Facebook on my computer as well. I can.
Yeah, exactly. So we can.
I can
Yeah,
see that as well.
I
Sorry.
just put on the screen for you that
Okay.
question.
All right. So what happens during the struggle process, and tell us about the perspective. Okay. Rizwan, first of all, thanks for the question. We appreciate that. So the struggle, Rizwan, it's all about, having a strong why. I'm the person believing having a strong why, why you're doing what you're doing. If your why is strong, you will work hard. So it doesn't matter, I'm achieving that. First when I first came to Canada, I have my why was, my family. I'm very close to my parents, my mom. We had lots of, financial issues and all that stuff. So I have very strong why, which is my family at the very first moment. So that's what my initial motivation to work hard and achieve things. And first, I'm very fortunate enough to bring all my family, including my sisters, my brother, whole family to Canada in 5-6 years down the road, because that's part of my vision, right? My establishing company. So when when the why is strong, you will do regardless. You will, you don't care whatever it takes. You work for that. So I always say, your why has to be strong. It can be your family, it can be your parents, it can be your children. Whatever, always keep, this is why I'm doing, always keep why something greater than yourself. That will keep you motivated. That will help you to, work harder and harder. And I'm sure, the very important thing, once the why is expired, for example, my first why was, I want to financial freedom and want to bring all my parents' family here. I achieved all of that. Once you achieve that, you have to move your why into different why, So keep changing the why, then that will fuel you and we'll keep going.
Awesome. Yeah. Mr. Professor Shahid Siddiq Gill from Pakistan is also with us on the show and is watching us and giving a great thank you for the nuggets of wisdom. So thank you, Shahid, for joining us. And also, I see Mr. Muhammad Arif. He's a coach, trainer, and a speaker from Peshawar, Pakistan. And why is the real estate business down after Corona? And how can we get out of this recession period? So if you would like to address this question.
Sure, yeah. So now I'm going to be a businessman, okay, Faz?
Yes.
So first of all, sorry, what's a gentleman name?
Arif.
First of all, I'm not sure which country he's referring to. He's a Pakistan or Canada?
No, he is in Pakistan.
Okay, Pakistan. Okay. So unfortunately, I don't know about what happening in Pakistan, the real estate case, but I will talk in the perspective of Canada. All right. So Canada has taken a very good measurement when it comes to Corona. They have, given a very good for when it comes to interest rate, and when it comes to subsidiaries. They have given very good allowance to the real estate investors and the people who has a mortgage. They have given almost zero the interest rate that help the money pouring to the real estate market, and that help people pay off their mortgage. Even government has given very good time lagging period for paying the mortgage. So government of Canada has given very good programs to the people of Canada, residents of Canada. That's how they pour money into the recession period. So Canada hasn't gone through such an such an issue when it comes to Corona. And now when it comes to now, the market is a little bit sluggish. But the reason is the interest rate is a bit high right now, because they are compensating what happened, the money, what happened in Corona. They are trying to get back the money right now. I don't complain on that, but now the market is a little bit sluggish because of the high interest rate. But it is going to be all right in Canada in the coming next months. It is going to be all right.
Yeah. So another question from Mr. Rizwan Rashid is: share the intrinsic feeling of fulfillment.
Great. That's a great question. Well, there is two things, Faz. That success and significance, right?
Yeah.
Success is Rizwan. Success something happened to you. Success is something happened to you and me. When I achieve some financial success, when I achieve something, that's when you and I get the success. When you buy a new car, a new house, you get that because something happened to you. But significance is something happened through you. Significance happening something through you, through your action, Rizwan. Significance is happening. That's through you happening in someone else. So the fulfillment comes from significance. The reason why I'm saying the feeling of fulfillment, you don't get it from success, because that's just you. That's a mistake I made as a young leader in my early 20s. It was all about me. It was all about me. But the significance, when I put priority in my parents, my siblings, when it's not about me, it's, my people, I have around 25 people working for me. So when I put the importance on you, that's for the fulfillment, the intrinsic feeling of fulfillment you get from significance. You have to forget yourself to focus on other people. That's when I found in my life, as I don't see, when I travel somewhere and see some place, I travel loved ones, my favorite, when we do for other people, that's when this, intrinsic feelings of fulfillment really comes from. That's why, I might be wrong, but, that's where I find the intrinsic feeling of fulfillment.
I 100% agree with you, because from me to we is the key.
Right.
For the feelings. I mean, when you turn your me to the we, and when you do for some people around you, then the real feeling comes up. Because these are achieving your own goal means nothing to me. But when you provide somebody else that feeling, that makes you more happy and more joyful. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just want to add, and one more thing: the success is not going to last as well.
Oh yeah.
It is just for that moment, but the significance, it is going to last forever.
Yeah, success is not a destination; it's a journey. It's a stone, or it's a milestone you achieve, and then you move forward. Right. Sometime you stay there, sometime you move forward or backward. Sometime I have seen people, they lose their control. So finally, you always try to be significant, so because then you don't have to worry about.
You share one experience as well. You share one experience with us as well, your significance moments.
Oh, I think that I feel more joyful, more satisfaction in my life since I start working for others. I mean, I have also the same issue like you said in the early stages, me, and when it's going to be happening, and how long it's going to take, and what how much more I'm going to invest. And now I don't see that. I always think about how far I can go. And when I think about how far I can go and what best I can do for others, gives me the whole satisfaction, and nothing gets in my way. Then I feel more. Walaikum assalam, Siraj, Dr. Siraj joined us from Islamabad. Kindly defined. We already talked about success. You can watch if you didn't watch the entire video. It will be available on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere. So please feel free to watch. Mr. Arif from Peshawar has another some comments. Let's see what it is. What is your advice to the young entrepreneurs for success in business?
Oh, that's a very good question, Arif. This is something, I wish something teach me, someone teach me when I grew up, right?
Mhm.
People think, first, that to become a doctor, you're a professional doctor as well. You have to study for how many years? 5, 6 years, 7 years?
Yeah, 5 years
Yeah,
after college, I mean 7, 8 years total.
7, 8 years. Every single profession you have to study. You have to
Mm.
study, except business. To become become an entrepreneur, you don't have to study. You can go and start tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I would say that's a very wrong statement. I still study every single day, 1 year of as the changes in the business, and the
Mhm.
financial thing. There's so many things we need to learn more than a doctor in
Mhm.
business.
Yeah.
People think it's an assumption I can go and start a company, start a thing tomorrow. But this
Mhm.
there is so many. I don't say you have to obsess with the learning. But one thing I'll tell you, if you want to open a best clothes shop, or textile shop in Islamabad, you have to go and see the best person who's doing the clothes shop and learn from him, get advice from him. And for me, whoever the best in the real estate, I pay money for them to learn from them, the way they do business, the failures they have gone through, so I don't repeat that. So I learn these things from them. I pay money for them. So there is a wrong assumption that to become an entrepreneur, you don't have to study, go and start a company tomorrow and see the way around. So do the learning thing first. See the
Mhm.
consult, the best person in your industry and get advice. Perhaps you have to pay money to get the consultation from him, but
Mhm.
that will save you thousands and thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars. So
Yes.
that's advice I would say. You have to learn. It's like all the industry. You have to learn, consult with the people,
Yeah.
and financial, and 80% of this. Let me add this thing as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
To me, I can say you have to be teachable, learnable first to become
yeah,
successful. Because a lot of time youngsters they don't feel like they are learnable or teachable. They know everything according to their own.
yeah, and one more thing, I closed 3 companies. I was so arrogant in my early 20s. I opened first company, in educate, different thing, but I closed down because I shut down my two companies actually, because I didn't know that. So, and one more thing I want to add, whoever watching, whoever is watching, 80% of business are closing because of lacking financial management.
Exactly.
80% of business. So the reason why I closed down my first 2 businesses is the financial lack of financial knowledge. So financial management is a huge thing when it comes to business. So be master of that financial management is a very important thing, or you need to have a partner who is master the financial manager. Keep that in mind. 80-85% of business closing because of poor financial management.
Exactly.
So I just wanna
I
shout that out.
totally agree with you because a lot of time people have no knowledge how to manage their own finances and they screw up. And sometimes they don't plan it right. They have no strategy. They just, or sometimes they plan it, but they fall in love with the plan rather than changing the plan or sometimes making alteration into that because plan can be changed, but you cannot change your destination. You have to still get there. So that's a very important factor. I'm glad you told. We are almost top of the hour, but we have a couple more minutes to go. And tell me what you would like to message to all our viewers, and let me explain you all the viewers who are watching us. We will be back. I mean, Salman is not going anywhere. I'm going to catch him again, and I'll bring him again. So you can ask a lot more questions if you would like to, or you can reach him too. Also, he's going to tell us right now. But Salman, what will be a good message for all our viewers?
Well, Faz, first of all, it's my pleasure to be here today with your audience and my audience as well. I don't see people here. I cannot see the message and their names and all that stuff. But I value each of you. I value your time being spent with us. The message I would like to leave as I just mentioned, this statement is very close to me as well. Value people, believe in people, and unconditionally love people. There's nothing in the world you achieve without people. So yeah, value people, believe in people, unconditionally love people, regardless of the religion, their ethnicity, or whatever they create. It doesn't matter. Value as a person, they are. You don't have to agree with them. Value them, believe in them, and unconditionally love them. Thank you, Faz, again. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I will hope that we will be back together again, because I have also a few trips on my way, and you are also heading to Panama with our team. So best of luck, and then let's make a plan for the next month in like October. We get together again, and we have another show for a different topic or for a different subject.
And I just want to say one more thing to Faz audience as well. As we just talked about the growth journey, you need to have a growth plan. So Faz is a great person to be learned and to be taught. So by watching him, I learned so much from you, Faz. I watched your content for a long time as a young, so very good mentor to learn from. And some people cannot afford to learn from the best, so they can learn from their students. That's what I did in the initial stage. So I appreciate what you're doing to your community and people.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and God bless you. And with this, folks, we will say you goodbye. Please keep us in your prayers, and be good and be successful like we did talk. And we'll see you again. Take care.